Now we're going to look at thread. Thread comes in many sizes and colours and has two basic functions. When you put a guide on, you put a thread wrap on to hold the guide in place and position. You put a thread on as a trim band to decorate the rod, or even to just finish off the rod at a foam grips or a reel seat or something like that. Alternatively, you're going to use it in a decorative sense, as I will show you now. Here on this surf rod of mine, you can see that here this is a cross wrap, purely decorative, and is a stylized St George's cross. If we turn the rod over, here you can see a very minute woven St George's cross. This is called a weave. Or then you have the expanded stylized St George's cross using a different thread altogether. Likewise, on a further rod, again you have the weave, or you have, in this case, under wraps and over wraps. An under wrap goes under the guide of a heavy rod to protect the rod against wear by the movement of the guide, and then the over wraps here in red and blue to secure the guide in place. Let's take a closer look at some of the threads on the market. There are a number of manufacturers. In front of me I've got Pacific Bay, Fishhawk and Goodabrod, and they come in different spool sizes. This big jumbo spool over here is a professional spool, somewhere in the region of 4 ounces in weight, carrying anything between 3 and 4,500 meters of thread. It's not what the DIY rod builder would use. I admit I use this size spool in my primary colours, but rarely used by the DIY rod builder. Here we have a pro spool, or 1 ounce spool. Again, with the different sizes of thread, can hold anything up to 1,000 yards of thread. Again, it's for the rod builder who is doing more than just the odd repair, as this will do several rods and that. And then we have the more common 100-yard spools. Thread sizes. Well, the narrowest thread you can get is a silk. This is 000, and I would imagine, unless I put it across my dark shirt, will it show up. It's very fine. This would be used by traditional rod builders working with built cane, and maybe occasionally on some of the very ultralight fiberglass fly rods that are very popular today. Next to 000, you have an A thread. You've seen us working with this in other clips in the film. Again, I'll place it across my dark shirt. This is an A thread. Next to A you have C. C thread and D threads are not that dissimilar in dimension, because all manufacturers vary slightly. This here is a C thread, and if I put the D next to it, you'll see very little difference. Bring in the A, and finally the silk. Basic use: 000 silk thread, ultralight fly rods, built cane rods, some of the modern lightweight fiberglass fly rods. A thread, that will do freshwater rods or your fly rods, and in some cases it's even used on big game stand-up tuna rods, but in a special process which we may touch in a later video. Then all your C rods and big carp rods are invariably built with either C or D thread. What we're going to do now is I'll just move on into some very quick turning so you can see the effect of the various threads, because on the table we have a tiger thread, which is often known as classic twist, and we have a variegated thread, metallic threads, and all give a different effect, just that what one pleases your eye.